one time, one of my buddies, he's like a former Green Beret. He is, how do I put this? He is a Clint Eastwood fan. Now, I feel like that's a pretty clear statement. Like, most of you will understand exactly what I mean when I say he's a very big Clint Eastwood fan. Now, I got nothing against Clint Eastwood, but Clint Eastwood represents what a lot of men were striving to be, like a man's man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't take no shit from nobody. I don't express my feeling. That kind of stuff. It's a very generational thing, just very different. Well, my buddy, what can I call him? I call him Billy. So Billy would refer to himself as Clint Eastwood, and he would refer to me, and of course Omar, my bestie, as Muppets. Clint Eastwood, Muppets. And that's just, his thing was like, I'm going to make men out of you yet. Now, while that was terrifying to hear another grown man say to me, I was like, okay, I'm willing to learn. Make a man out of me. So one time he says, hey, I'm going hunting tonight. Come hunting with me. And I'm like, first of all, I don't want to be outside. Second of all, I hate walking to the car. I'm going to go walk with you and shoot things. I'm good. He was like, no, we just go sit up in the tree stand and then that's it. I'm like, okay. Okay, yeah, got it. Now, it's a tree stand, okay? Not a lot of room. So it's him and I in this tiny little wooden box. And he's got his rifle, and I'm sitting there, and I've got my flip phone, and I'm just making noise. I'm taking selfies. Oh, look, I'm hunting with Billy. It's great. That's pretty much what's happening in this box, okay? Look how much fun I'm having. I'm even wearing the orange hat. Now, this was a very long time ago, obviously, but look how happy I am. Look how unhappy he is. Can you see? Look at his face behind me. You see how grumpy he is, okay? Because he can see what I'm doing. And he's like, hey, you need to be quiet. You're going to scare all of the animals. And I'm like, bro, they don't speak our language. They don't care. That was a sincere response. Wasn't accurate, but I didn't quite get it. So we're sitting there in this tree stand. And you got to keep in mind, we're sitting there and we're on a military base, okay? And we're actually not far from one of the ranges where we were teaching people how to shoot, because I worked with them. We're sitting there and he's like, stop. Just stop moving. Stop making noise. Stop playing music with your phone. Just be in the moment. This is what being a man is. I'm like, fine. I close my phone, put the antenna back in, tuck it away, and I sit there. And like 3 hours goes by. Now, granted, it was probably like a minute, but it felt like 3 hours. Until finally I'm sitting there and I start to hear what sounds like Jumanji happening all around us, like 360 degrees of animals. And I was like, oh, he's right. There are animals everywhere. Like, how is he not going just shooting in every direction? So I'm sitting there like, which one are you going to shoot? He goes, what do you mean? I'm like, listen to all the animals. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, bro, there's got to be 100 deer around us right now. I probably said deers. And he was like, no. Do you see any deer? And I'm like, no, but I can hear them. Of course, because I'm not a good whisperer. No, but I can hear them. He goes, those are squirrels. And I was like, oh, well, that makes more sense. So we don't shoot the squirrels. No. We have a tag for a deer. Has to be big enough. That's how it works. Okay. Got it. So We sit there. And I start to get antsy again. So like a good dad, he hands me the binoculars. And he's like, just scope the area, okay? For context, because we're sitting next to this firing range, there is a giant field right in front of us. There's woods and there's a giant field. We are facing the giant field up in this 10-foot high wooden box. I'm like, bro, I don't need binoculars to see a deer in the field. He was like, trust me, they're very sneaky. And I'm like, okay, this is because you're 100 years old. I don't need this, but I'll play your silly game. So I take the binoculars and I'm looking around like I'm looking for land. Okay, yeah, oh, wow, focus. Oh, wow, I see so far. Ooh, a squirrel, let's shoot it. And I'm starting to get snarky. And as I keep going, and then I stop. And I see the biggest, meatiest buck I have ever seen on TV, movies, cartoons. Monster. And it takes my breath away. And I think, oh, this is the moment I'm going to be a man. It was like an 8-pointer, Thelma. 8 or 10 points. Massive. The rack was like this. Oh. Now I think I can't mess this up for him. I have to be a good friend, Muppet and all, and I got to give him the coordinates. North by northwest, 285 degrees, 200 yards. So I was like, bro, I'm going to start to give him the tap. He's got the rifle on his leg. So look, I point real slow over there. And he looks. And then he looks at me. Just absolute disdain. And I'm like, shoot it. Shoot it before it runs away. And it could not have been more perfect. This thing was standing sideways. Like this. Taunting us. Perfectly sideways. Just waiting. Please. Please. And my buddy continues to judge me. He's like, are you kidding? I'm like, is it not big enough? Are you greedy? That's a movie buck. It was a target. It was a bow and arrow target that guys on the range practice with. I thought it was a monster. I was totally serious. Like, bro, this is your chance. This will make both of us men at the same time. It's 8 feet tall. No, idiot. It is a doll. And I was like, huh. Which is funny because that's the range where we worked. Why hadn't I seen this giant stuffed doll? Also, what's more concerning is I was looking at this thing through binoculars. Why it didn't occur to me that this thing had like 8 arrows sticking out of it and was still like, yep. I just couldn't put 2 and 2 together, apparently. This pincushion is walking around. I'm like, what a survivor. You should be the one to take that thing down. Bro, they'll tell stories about you. Yep. And once I realized this is what's happening, this is how I responded. And he was like, we're done. He's like, just go. You've made too much noise that every animal in the state is gone. Like, it doesn't matter. Let's just go. Oh, good times. Good times. Oh, I thought I was going to be such a hero.